Welcome to another HELiOS short clip for our Service Pack 2. This short clip is about the enhancements to SolidWorks configuration. For this, I have prepared a small assembly. Here we have this bracket. The main bracket is built both as a simplified representation and as a detailed representation. These two representations appear in the individual part as two different configurations. You can see that here. But it's just a different way of representation, that is, it's actually the same article. Furthermore, we have installed screws of different lengths in the two different installation situations. You can see that here and here. And I made a setting in my toolbox ensuring that different subtypes of standard parts should be created as a configuration by SolidWorks, so that this screw and this screw are located as different configuration subtypes of the file in our toolbox path. What if I transfer the assembly to HELiOS? I expand the whole structure once and activate everything accordingly. You can see here that the individual different subtypes of bolts get different article numbers. HELiOS, however, makes one document. This means that the article of the two different standard parts are linked configuration specifically. In other words, there are two different articles for the two bolt subtypes, but one document because they are held in one file via the toolbox settings. In contrast, let's look at the two different representations. That means the simplified representation and the detailed representation of the bracket. You can see that these two have received one default article. That means in this article both got the same article master and the same document master. What this looks like after the data transfer, I would like to show you now. After transfer, we can see how this affects HELiOS. To do this, I go via the active part to the Document tab and see that two different articles are linked to the document of the screw. I can also view the document configuration in HELiOS. This means that I can already see which configuration I would install in SolidWorks when installing from HELiOS. Let's look at the difference for the bracket. Here we see that no document configuration is entered in the article. This article applies to the two configurations of the simplified representation, but also to the detailed representation that I've shown before. But how do you proceed if you still want to create configuration-specific articles for the standard parts of normal individual parts or assemblies, similar to the standard parts before? I have prepared another example for this. Here we have an assembly in which an individual part is built into three configurations, namely short, medium and long. I have already opened the individual part here. We can see here in the configuration tree that there are three different configurations. That means the three built-in ones. The first way I can add my configuration-specific article to each configuration would be the following one. First of all, I only enter the individual part in a document-based way. This means that a new document is created for the file. However, I have not yet linked an article to the document. Now I have the possibility to go through the individual configurations and link a configuration-specific article with the intended function. In other words, I choose Link New Article and answer the question for the configuration-specific link with yes. So, this was the first configuration-specific article. Now, when I look again at the corresponding document and look into the sources, I have 3 articles on the individual part, and each one is linked to a single document configuration. That is just one possibility. The other option is to link the configuration-specific articles directly via the installation. I will now show you how to do this. I have already entered here something for the assembly and defined my parts as a document, so that the process goes a little faster. Here too, I now have the possibility for the active part to combine a new article here, also configuration specifically. I could then link the article directly in a configuration specific way. I could do that then for the further configurations in the same way. In the end, the result would be the same as if I did this directly via the individual part. So, here I have a lot of different options for my configurations. I have the options of default articles or configuration-specific articles. Thank you for your attention and see you soon.